Johnny and I walked to the Granary, which is located in the Pearl District. This restaurant and brewery serves up traditional cuts during lunch, but also presents a progressive seasonal dinner menu, always made from scratch.
Wow. This place is a little bit more upscale than the other places we've been.
It is. I love the way they've restored this beautiful home and repurposed it into a restaurant.
I mean, I'm not a fancy girl, but I can appreciate some fancy food.
Well, I know that what Chef Tim Rattray is doing here is progressive. He's out there in terms of his creativity, but I mean, he's a chef and a pit master, and he's brought those two skills together.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hey.
How we doing, guys?
It's great. Oh, thank you.
Got some beers for you here.
Hi, I'm Kelsey.
I'm Tim.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to have you in. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah.
What do we have here?
We've got some brown ale that we make here in-house for you.
You know, I have to mention my favorite quote from Esquire magazine. I've seen the future of barbecue, and his name is Tim Rattray. So, I mean, that's a powerful statement. I mean, it says a lot about his style, his progressiveness.
Well, cool. I'm excited to try some stuff. What do you think?
Oh, well, let's try that brisket ramen.
Totally.
And then a little bit of Texas toast, a little barbecue butter.
Barbecue butter shouldn't be missed.
Well, make sure you come back and join us, Chef.
Cool.
Yep.
So I want to hear a little bit about your experience with the Culinary Institute.
I mean, Pearl, as a development, wanted to bring culinary education to San Antonio. Who better than the Culinary Institute of America? What they initiated was the Center for Foods of the Americas. So the Center for Foods of the Americas is not only Mexican food, Texas regional food, but foods of all the Americas. So it's helped build what you see, and it's been the foundation, I believe, for Pearl. All right. Love it. Gorgeous.
Okay, so we've got brisket ramen for you.
Thank
The brown ale that you're actually drinking is what we use to make the noodles. The broth is a smoked shoyu broth, so we actually smoke the bones on the pit before making the ramen broth. There's some burnt ends, crispy barbecue shallots, a little onsen egg, and a crispy collard green. So kind of ramen, but translating it into our world of barbecue. And then off to the side, we've got our Texas toast. So this is our buttermilk bread that we make fresh every day, cut it thick, and then we actually griddle it in beef tallow. And then off to the side is our heralded barbecue butter. So we take drippings from the smoker, whip that into a cultured butter with some herb ash, and finish it with a little cracked black pepper.
Wow, this looks great.
Chef, please have a seat.
Thanks.
I'd love for you to.
Thank you. Don't let me keep you. You guys should dig
share
in.
with Kelsey just a little bit more of what you've built here.
What kind of made you want to restore this place and make it your own?
The first inspiration was it was available. And like, there's so much history here. This house was built by the chief cooper for the brewery back in about 1908 is when they think. And so when you're thinking about a cuisine like barbecue, you think about communal dining, like family recipes, family gatherings. And so this house was in the same family for about 3 generations, which provides a lot of history and warmth and hospitality to the building.
Are you dipping your Texas toast in the ramen?
There is no wrong way to eat this or, enjoy my ramen.
I agree. I'm into it. I think I'm going to try it myself.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, Chef. Well, I mean, we know that your progressive style that you've had, and you've been blazing a trail doing a lot of creative things.
I love what I do because you can always learn something while still honoring tradition and like the past traditions of barbecue.
Because of your style, I mean, I know you had probably anticipated, maybe a little pushback, but I mean, did it play out the way you thought?
We definitely had some people that were like, oh, like this isn't really barbecue. But then we had more people that were like, wow, this is really cool. So as long as you're cooking with soul in your food, whether it's on a white tablecloth or whether it's in a brown paper bag, like that's going to come through.
Your restaurant has kind of found its place in San Antonio, and you see our barbecue culture evolving, and you've been a big part of that.
This is phenomenal, and it's very different from anything we've had so far.
Thanks.
I do have a question, though.
Yeah.
Do you have any sort of like special menu items that you could show us, or anything that you really enjoy on your menu?
Yeah, I think we can go back to the kitchen and put something together.
Are you inviting me to the kitchen?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Absolutely.
Nobody has let me come into the kitchen yet. I'm so
let's do
excited.
it. Yeah,
Let's go, man.
Cool. All right, guys, welcome to the back of the house.
Cool.
That's where everything's prepared, made, and sent out. Let's put a plate together. Sound good?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's get some stuff
Lead the
out
way.
here. So what's cool about this plate that we're gonna make is that when we opened, there was only about 1 or 2 other places in the country that I knew of that were smoking beef shoulders, which they sometimes call claude. And so this to me is like kind of the heart and soul of what we do, which would be like called progressive barbecue. This whole plate's based around the idea of barbecue sauce and pickles. The first thing that we'll put on the plate is cornbread, but not your average cornbread. And then for our pickles, we take a celery baton and we compress these guys in a pickling liquid. One thing that's kind of sacrilege to talk about in Texas is barbecue sauce, but for this plate, I feel like it's really important. On the plate here, it's that nice ruby red color.
That is gorgeous.
That's gonna give a nice kind of sweet and sour effect.
Oh, that's a beautiful color.
And then our claude. So you can see right here, all those different mussels.
How long did you smoke that, chef?
This would be about 12 hours on this guy. So we've got some powdered mushroom. And we just sprinkle that right on the beef.
Powdered mushroom.
I've never seen that.
And then lastly, a lot of people use coffee in their barbecue, like in their rubs or in their sauce. So we actually cook quinoa in the coffee, and then we dry it out and flash fry it to make like a crisp textural contrast. And we call this coffee quinoa crunch.
Wow.
And so that is our beef claude plate.
Almost too pretty to eat.
Yeah, the presentation, the sauce.
Dig in there.
That's beautiful looking plate, chef.
I think more than anything about this dish, what I really like is that every single item on the plate has a completely different texture.
Yeah, those textures really kind of break that up and help keep it a dynamic eating experience.
Thank you so much for inviting us back in the
thanks for
kitchen.
coming in.
I love watching you
thanks for
prepare this.
coming.
It was
Yeah,
so
thank you so
lovely
much.
meeting you.
Chef,
Chef,
always
thank
a
you.
pleasure.
Kitchen.
Gracias.
See you soon.
Let's dig into the rest of this, man.